My name is Dr. Michael Karlfeldt. I'm a naturopathic doctor. I've been in practice for 25 years. A common issue that I see in young people, but even teenager and even some adults, dealing with ADD, ADHD, the inability to focus, to stay on task, to function properly without having your focus going in different directions. A lot of people are dealing with that issue, and it's becoming more and more common. What I see in that kind of a situation is that frequently that person is dealing with the food sensitivity, be it gluten, dairy, sugar. It can be any of a variety of things. And I use a very powerful technique called autonomic response testing. So we can go through and see what kind of foods are aggravating your system. What it is actually you have then a signal that goes from the brain to the gut, and then also you have a signal goes from the gut to the brain. So there's a constant communication between the two. And what's interesting is that about 20% of all the signaling goes from the brain to the gut, and about 80% of it goes from the gut to the brain. So for instance, if you're eating something that's creating inflammation, let's say you're sensitive to gluten and you're eating it, and you maybe just be eating it a little bit. But what happens is that it actually creates an inflammation in the gut, and then that sends an inflammatory signal then to the brain, and you then have what I would say an inflamed brain. And it is very hard then to be able to focus properly, to think clearly, and to be happy when you then continue dealing with an inflamed brain. So food sensitivity is a crucial aspect. Another aspect that I see is actually heavy metal toxicity. Heavy metals are very stimulating. So if you're dealing, let's say you have a lot of silver fillings, or you get metals from vaccinations, or just being out, living in a city. I mean, you get all the exhaust from cars. You get all these metals, heavy metals that are around us, and if we're not able to eliminate them properly, they can then build up in our system, and they're very stimulatory. So which means that they are continually irritating these nerves, and these nerve signals are just firing continuously. It's hard then to focus when you have all that stimulation that's taking place. So what I do is that then utilize very specific nutritional substances that helps then to support the body's elimination and getting rid of these metals, and then also we pinpoint what kind of food that is aggravating your system, and then we just support. You may be dealing with some nutritional deficiencies. Frequent ones are things like zinc, magnesium, calcium, things that are calming down on the nervous system. So please come on in. I'd love to help you. There are a lot of solutions that's available. There's no reason that you should suffer from this anymore.